Check out this video live from Detroit on the Line radio show with Reverend
Brother
Shepard.
Herbert Woodard with us, and he's from Florida. He came up here in the cold. Absolutely, glad to be here. To raise and make some gold. Right? Tell us about your production. We got to get into that.
Absolutely. So it goes in depth with a few artists who have had some experience traveling and doing music internationally and nationally as well. And one thing that's a nugget in a gem is hard work is hard work. So for example, in terms of streaming, it takes about 300,000 streams to make $1,000 on Spotify. So that's not paying a whole lot of money, but it's connected to making some real life goals for yourself. People pay attention to things that they go to, events. This is a wonderful event. This is getting the community involved, and you can't be afraid to go connect with the people. That's why Music Tour Life is basically telling artists, you can't just make art. If you want to influence culture, make an impact on people's lives, you have to go visit the people, and that's why I'm here.
So is this a production?
It is a movie.
Okay.
It's on YouTube right now on my channel, my platform, the Big Business YouTube channel. Y'all can check that out. It's streaming right now for free. So all you have to do is go and just click it. And I think it's powerful because the younger generation has all of these, in some situations, demonic images or negative images where it wasn't like that in certain communities.
Well, let me tell you something, man. I was just last night, I couldn't sleep because my granddaughter was sick, and I got a cold from her, whatever. And I'm on Twitter, and I was amazed at the content on Twitter. Somebody sent me a request. I hit it. Next thing I know, I'm looking at women having sex. I mean, oral sex. I mean, all this right up in plain view.
If they Trump back on, that should say it all.
Right. And so OnlyFans and all that stuff out there, they making tons of money off of people who access those kind of sites and stuff like that. But we don't have comparable. I mean, I would really love to see a black platform. You know, you ever thought about that?
Well, I study the greats. I study what Tyler Perry does and what he does with BET Plus and things of that nature. I think it's on the way, but I think you just watch from things like what Elon Musk goes through,
right?
What he had to do to try to.
But Elon Musk is a different animal. Right. I mean, he created that animus for himself.
Right.
But I just don't know why we don't have significant numbers of black folks with capital and the ability to create our own kind of social media hub. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for your production.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Let me ask you a question too. I did have a chance to look at the YouTube.
Okay.
And so when you identify the artists that you interviewed, for example, the first one, B Blaze, I think it was. What determines, who it is that you're interviewing, and then two, the whole exploration of getting out and meeting the people and making money. And I want to add this one thing too. I was watching. I knew there was money in touring.
Yes.
But I didn't know it was that much money. And I was
Exactly.
It depends on who you are.
Exactly.
So Mark Wahlberg was on TNT with Shaq. And they were talking about trying to bring Marky and Boys back, right?
Right.
So Shaq said, man, so we do a tour for $200 million. I was like, he can get $200 million right now?
Absolutely.
He get $200 million, and he was like, I don't know. He said, but I will give him $100 million of it away. So I guess to your point,
right?
I was letting you know that.
But what do they do on the tour? That's why I'm missing.
Go ahead.
It's really about the contract negotiations because what we don't know, it hurts us.
Let me say this too. If he could make $200 million, then that means it's got to be. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's billions. It's literally billions. I mean, you have to think about it. Think about what Kevin Hart's been able to do with comedy. This is one person with a microphone, similar to this platform. One person with a microphone except that the lights are there, and you have people paying hundreds of dollars to hear the voice. Your voice is invaluable. God can use your voice. So the people, to get to your point in terms of who I was selecting, I've made multiple movies. I'm just kind of getting my stock up to where I have a negotiation platform to do this online. Because when you go to studios and you go to different people, they try to undervalue what you bring, but they love the culture. Yeah. They love what you bring to the table, but they don't want you to have your business in order. So musicians, I think it's important to understand, you can make a living at this, But unless you're on that ownership and actually negotiating those contracts, you're not going to make a lot of money.
And we learned that here through MOTOWN.
Absolutely.
All these artists that died poor. And by the way, we don't have performers' rights. We're one of the few countries in the world. There's billions of dollars sitting up all over the world for David Ruffin's family. But because we don't have reciprocity with England and Germany, that money just sitting there. But you're absolutely right. When you own it, and the second point is that they want you to have a great platform, a great idea, but to be hungry.
Work hard for little to none.
Yeah.
And I don't know if some of y'all are familiar with Offset not having a will from Migos.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these millions of dollars he's generated with that group, and you don't have a will to pass your wealth on to somebody who's connected to you who looks like you.
And I'll say conversely or contrastly, Young Dolph, he was different. He did have a will and trust, I believe, and he had properties and everything. He was able to pass those things down to his children.
And that's not advice just for folks that have a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
I've been pastoring 45 years, and folks fight over bed covers. You know, that's my favorite bed cover. Mama told me I can have that bed cover. You know, get your stuff in order. And mine's in order, and ain't got to go to probate. When I'm going to take the death certificate to the bank and Morgan Stanley, real estate, everybody's name who I want to have anything is on it. But let's get back to where people can access your product.
It is on YouTube right now. Again, the Big Business YouTube channel. That channel's been going on for about 10 years. You know, growth is necessary. It's needed. One of the things we're told that's kind of limiting, we make people want to go get a job and call it a career.
Right.
And really, you should become, my moniker is Big Business, because my thing is you are your own business. Most people make $1 million within 30 to 40 years of working for $40,000, $50,000.
Yeah.
$1 million passes through your hands. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That is your own business.
Yeah.
You have to have tax returns.
Well,
So handle your business.
Yeah. So let me just tell you, most of the people in the room know that I am an owner of one mic with Mike Epps. I own the majority interest, 50%. He owns 45.
Thank you so much for watching the Big Business YouTube channel. And don't forget to watch the movie, Music Tour Life, the stories and the reason it is needed to get to the next level. Thanks for subscribing.